Do you want to compress your videos without sacrificing quality? Whether you are saving space or preparing for online uploads, Handbrake is the tool you need. In this video, I'll walk you through everything from downloading and installing Handbrake to selecting the right settings for perfect compression. We'll cover each step from choosing the source of your previewing, tweaking some settings, and finally encoding your video to give you the best compression without you losing any quality. By the end of this tutorial, you will know how to compress your videos efficiently without losing a bit of a quality. So without taking much of our time, let's get started. So to start with, all you need is to open your browser, come anywhere within the search bar and just type in Google as usual, and then you can come over, search for Handbrake just like so, Handbrake, and hit on enter, and it will bring you over to this very platform. So you can see it over here, handbrake.fr. you can click it and it will bring you over here. Handbrake is an open source tool built by volunteers for converting video from nearly any format to a selection of modern, widely supported codecs. Okay, you will convert videos from nearly any format. It is free and open source. It is multi-platform. It's available for Mac, Windows, and Linux. So you can just go ahead and click on this. It will automatically detect which operating system you are dealing with. My own at the moment is Mac operating system, and it is going to just easily detect that. So you can just click to download your own and install. So you can see it over here. It started the download. It's not that big, it's just 39 megabytes. Just go ahead, download it and install, and then we can proceed. Alright, so you can see right now it has finished the download. We can just click to go to the folder. We've downloaded the latest version, which is the version 1.8.2. so you can just double click to install it on Mac. It just quickly installs. You can just start using it and double click on Handbrake. Alright, you can go ahead and say open. Now the first thing you need to do is to start by selecting a particular video that you want to convert. So for this tutorial, let's go over here and let's go to my YouTube videos from desktop. Okay, so there's this ZVE10 video that I shot and it's about 5.13 gig. I want to compress it to something much more smaller without losing the quality. So I can select it right now. I can just go ahead and open. So you can see right now it's just open. This is a preview of the video. In case if you don't want to have this, if you want to change the video maybe to something else, you can always come over here to open source and you'll be able to navigate around and open another file somewhere. If you have another video somewhere, you can just navigate and open it. Now the first thing you need to notice is that as soon as we open video, we have some settings over here that you can learn. The first thing you need to notice is that it gives you the source of the video and then the properties of that particular video that you've just uploaded. Right now you can see the source is ZVE10. This is the name of the file, and then this is the dimension 3840 by 2160, which is 4K, 25 frame rates per second. This is in 4K, and then these are all qualities that it has just picked from the video. This is the audio quality, okay, and one audio track. It has detected only one audio track. Now this is one title. If you have more than one, maybe you've uploaded more than one file, so you'll be able to navigate and change them accordingly from here. Now the first thing you need to notice is that down here you have presets. Usually Handbrake do come with lots of presets that you can work with to compress your video without losing quality, depending on what platform you want to post or you want to share your videos on. When you click over here, you can see this is the general preset. You have them. The default it has taken, it's going to convert it to HD, which is 1080p as a 30 frame rate per second. But then if you have other specific places, you can just go ahead, start from general, that can make it AVI 4K. You can maintain the 4K with this much dimension, and it will reduce the quality, it reduce the sizing as well, and it can go down very fast to 720 at 30 frame rate per second, and so on. You can check depending on what you are trying to create. And over here you have it specified depending on what social media and what device you are targeting. It's an Apple device or a Roku device or camera post or Chromecast device. You can depending on what you want. And then this is hardware. Okay, you have quite a number of settings and controls for you to choose from depending on what you want. But for now, we'll just go with the default, which is 1080p, supported by most video editing or most video platforms like YouTube and so on. Now down here you can see the format that you have here is MP4. Okay, this is under the summary. This format is going to be on MP4. You're free to change in any of this, but I don't touch any at the moment. The tracking that you are going to get is going to be H.264 30 frame rate per second. This is what you are going to get, and the sizing, this is for this default, for this presets that we selected. This is going to be the format. In case if you don't want MP4, you can go to MKV or WebM if you're interested. For this case, I'll leave everything at default. Now down here you have dimensions. Depending on if you have shot the video in a different dimension and you want to output it in a different dimension, you can equally specify the dimension, and you can rotate or flip the video or crop the video to however you want it. And then down here you have the resolution and scaling. You can define the resolution as well as the scaling, the border in case if you want to add some border, the height, the width, and custom borders if you want to add. At the moment I don't touch any. The final dimension you can define from here if you're interested, but for the default it's going to be 1920 by 1080 and it's going to be 16 by 9, which is the aspect ratio. So these are some very basic settings. Over here you can have the filters, which usually you can on if you want, but I've not used any of them so far. I don't touch any. In case if you want to make a video entirely into black and white, you can convert it, then you can go to grayscale. You can select the grayscale to convert everything down to black and white, but at the moment I don't check any from here. Okay, so down here you have the video properties. Over here you have what you are going to have the output for, which is H.264 MP4, and then the 30 frame rate. You have other formats as well, including the H.265, which is very common nowadays, but I'm not sure if it's accepted by many other platforms, but you can change them to any of these if you're interested. I do go with the minimum, which is H.264, which is accepted by many platforms. And then over here you have the encoding option. I don't touch any, but if you are interested you can hover over any of the key and you'll be able to see the details of what it does. Now one of the most important things you should pay attention to is this video quality or constant quality. This one, if you hover over this at this point, you will notice that as you move, this constant quality varies bitrate to ensure visual quality remains relatively consistent throughout the video. If you move forward, you have more quality, less size. If you move backward, you have less size. If you adjust the quality slider to the right, it increases the quality, or to the left to decrease the quality a little bit. If you go to the left, it's going to decrease the quality a little bit, but then if you go to the right, it's going to reduce the quality but reduce the sizing as well. Okay, so it's very important to see the range given you. It is good to work with between 18 and 25. Okay, between 18 and 25 is very good, and the quality loss is very minimal. So usually I go with something like 26 here. My selection usually is 26. Okay, between 18 and 28, but I do choose 26, which is very good quality. Now you can come down. The next one is the audio, which mostly I don't touch anything. This is the audio properties. Usually when you have anything, you want to change the codecs, you can change. You want to change the stereotype, you can change, but I don't touch anything here. And then the subtitles, I don't have any subtitle. I don't have any document that I can upload or any addition to the subtitles. And this video has no chapters. It's only one chapter, which is the entire length of the video. I don't have anything, so I don't touch anything at the moment here. So these are very basic things that you can choose. You can check and just preview and see what you have, but then you can always come back here to the summary. This is what you have. Now before you start your encoding, which you can do by just clicking on this, you can preview what you have. If you want to just preview, you can come over here and just click on preview, and then you'll have some seconds of the video play, so you can just compare the quality of what you have with what is in existence. You can choose the number of seconds, how many seconds you want to play. For example, right now it's going to play just 6 seconds of the video, but you can go as far as 240 seconds if you're interested. Okay, so let's go with the 6 seconds, and let's say we can play live preview. So it is just going to quickly run it, and then it will start. You can see right now the quality that I have is not actually reduced in any way, and that's the preview of what's going to be previewed at the end of it all based on these settings. Okay, so you have this, and then you can always queue your files in cases if you want to have your documents your videos being queued. If you have more than one file, you can always queue them. So for this, I can go ahead and say start, or I can say add to queue. From here you can click to add to queue, or you can click on this drop down. You can add titles to queue, or add all titles to queue if you have multiple files. Okay, so let's say we add this one to the queue. You can always refer to the queue by coming here, and you will be able to see how many files you have, and you can start also from here, and you can stop directly from here as well if you're interested. So this is when you have multiple files, you can queue them all, and then you can start encoding at the same time, and they will do everything. After some time, you can just come over and see them finished. Now, another thing you should know is that when you finish the encoding, or before you start the encoding, you have to define the path where you want the folder to be saved. In this case, I want my folder to be saved in, so you can come to browse, and then you can go to your document, or you can go to your desktop, or anywhere you have that document saved. For example, I have my own, I want it to be saved in Handbrake. I can just choose this location, and then I can define this one because it's going to be double. So I can add a little bit of maybe one here. The name is not going to be two different names. All right, so another thing that I want to show you is that you can see in this queue you have this one. If you have more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 folders also added to the queue, you'll be able to see them over here. Now, one thing that you should know is that there's some presets settings that you can work in while you are still on Handbrake, and you can access that by coming here directly. You can always come to Handbrake over here, and you can come to preferences, and you can change quite a lot of things from here. This is just for your own information. You can change the general settings like options, keep presets, edits when reselecting a new file, or you can show open source file or automatically check for updates. You can check the file name and define how you want your file name to be, and then the default extension, this is MP4, you can change it if you're interested. And then the queue formats or settings, you can see the some of the queues over here, and you can define the file path where the file should be sent to when you are done. And then you have some advanced settings over here. You can define quite a number of things, so it's just for your own information. You can access all of these. You can be able to change 1 or 2 things to ensure that you have your work done perfectly. Now, once you are done adding everything and you are done on these basic settings, you can as well save this particular setting as a preset in cases if you want to have your own preset, and then maybe later on you don't have to be changing some of the parameters. You can just go ahead and save this by just clicking on save preset, and then you can define the folder, the category. If you want to create a category, you can say this is for my YouTube videos, for example, YouTube videos, and then you can say create, and then you can name the preset. Right now I can call it my best quality one, for example. This is just an example, and these are the details. If you want, you can just go ahead and add. And so whenever you want to compress your own document or a video, and then you want to use the preset that you already have so that you can have uniform quality, you can always come to preset over here, and then you can come to my presets, and once you click on my presets, you'll be able to see your video. This is the categories, and then you can see best quality one, and once you click, it's going to have this quality with these properties. Okay, so once you're done, you can go ahead and start the queue. Your compression is going to start, or you can come to the queue over here and just double click, and then you can go ahead and say start over here. Right now you can see the video has started queuing, and over here you can be able to see the preview of what you are working on and the processes that are involved. You can see the percentage of everything, and you have at any given point the power to stop, or you can pause it at any given point. Now this icon, you can define what should be done after the video finish the compression. You can see from here, you can say put computer to sleep, or shut down the computer, or quit Handbrake. You can select any of these and you can start directly. Okay, this one is for action. You can reset all jobs, or you can remove all jobs, and you can check out the details also from here. Okay, you can close the details from here, or enable the details of what you have selected from here directly. So let's just give it some seconds to finish the compression, and then we can come back to it and finalize the video. All right, so right now it is completed, so let's go on and check it in this location. You can see this is the original video. Let's get the sizing, and then this is the compressed one. Right, and you can see it has been compressed from about 5.13 gigabytes to about 161 megabytes. That's a huge amount of reduction in size without actually compromising in the quality. So let me try to play the two videos so we can see. This is the compressed one, and you can see the sizing, and you can even see the quality of it, even though this is raw footage. And let's play the original one. The same thing in quality, nearly everything similar. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, this does it for this tutorial on how to use Handbrake for beginners. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.